Next coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, very, very funny lady. You also saw her at the first podcast doing her thing, and it's her turn now. She's a favorite at all the comedy clubs in Los Angeles, and she's here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the very funny Sarah. Give it up for Sarah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Are people still drinking tonight? Yes? All right. I love getting drunk. I don't know about you guys. The reason I love getting drunk is because when I drink, I feel like I'm invincible. Like I can solve every problem, and I feel like the world's just made for me. So I pretty much feel like white men feel all the time. Is that a little too close for some people? Come on. A little bit. I recently moved to LA from Chicago. When I was packing up my place in Chicago, though, I was cleaning out my apartment, and underneath my bed, I found a 1-year AA chip, and I have no idea who that belongs to. Or how long it's been there. No clue. I don't know if I got so drunk that I went to an AA meeting and forgot about it. It's completely possible. I'm just kidding. I'm not an alcoholic. I am a narcoleptic, though. Do we all know what this is? Yes, narcolepsy. Yeah, I do have narcolepsy. Some people are worried. You're going to, see if I'm going to fall asleep. Is that what you're worried about? No, it's okay. It's okay. Narcolepsy, sleeping disorder, not to be confused with necrophilia. Two very, very different things. I get a lot of weird questions when it comes to narcolepsy. A question I get a lot is, oh, you got narcolepsy. Does that mean you fall asleep during sex? Not any more than a regular girl. I do fall asleep like right after sex, though. I was hanging out with my hookup buddy. He's like, oh, like last time you stayed over, you snored a little bit. I was like, okay, like how badly did I snore? He said, have you seen Shrek? Ugh. I know. So I was like, okay, I'm going to Google how not to snore. And this actually happened. Before I could finish Googling, I was asleep and snoring. This is like the story of my life. People are often confused. They're like, oh, how is it that you're not falling asleep like right now? I'll tell you a little secret. It's because they prescribe me legal cocaine. Like Ritalin and cocaine are pretty much the same thing. Just one's a hell of a lot easier to get a hold of. I live in West Hollywood. I can walk out my door and in 5 minutes, I can find cocaine. It takes 3 to 4 weeks to get that Ritalin prescription though, right? And then you go to Walgreens, like, hi, I'm Janice. Welcome to Walgreens, the corner of happy and healthy. I know you've had this prescription for 7 years, but your insurance just decided not to cover you today, okay? Yeah, right. That'll be $467. I have spent more time crying in Walgreens than anywhere else. That is my comfort zone. Some people have their comfort zone crying on the train. Mine is at Walgreens. I look like a girl going through a breakup. I got mascara running to my face. I'm giving my drugs. That doesn't work, by the way. If you cry and scream, give me my drugs at Walgreens, they're not going to give you the drugs. I have tried. It does not work. There is a lot of misconception, though. I get people that are oddly excited. After a show, I had a guy that was like, oh, my God, you got narcolepsy. That's so cool. Can you do it for me? It's not a magic trick. It doesn't work that way. It's not as bad as a different guy. He was like, oh, you talked about narcolepsy. I thought that was a made-up thing, like Tourette's. Tourette's is a real thing, too. Just because they make fun of it in movies doesn't mean it's not real. The thing people associate most with narcolepsy is the falling down, right? That's what you guys are all worried I'm going to do. It's okay. It doesn't usually happen. It's fine. But I do fall down. It's called a cataplexy. It happens at a sudden shock or a change of emotion, which really sucks because I've always wanted a surprise party. Every person in my immediate family, except for me, has had a surprise birthday party. And I know exactly why. Because all my friends and family would get up to yell, surprise, happy birthday. And then I'd fall to the ground, you know? Yeah. And no one should pass out at the beginning of their birthday. Always at the end. It does have a heightened emotion. So I have an ex. We all have exes for a reason, right? Didn't work out. I have an ex-boyfriend, and we used to argue a lot. We used to, like, have these arguments. We'd shout back and forth. You know, it'd start small, and then it'd grow, and we'd be shouting back and forth. I'd get so mad and so angry that I'd fall down and fall asleep in the middle of the fight. And then I'd win the fight. Because how could he be mad about that, right? And the thing is, he would literally catch me when I fell, like, oh, that's so cute. But sometimes he would miss. And I wonder if that was on purpose. My doctor tells me that I should like try to eat healthier and everything, you know, like it's better for the narcolepsy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Whole Foods, right? We fuck with Whole Foods here, right? Yeah. So I go to Whole Foods and there's like this 16-year-old girl. She's like, Sandwich. She's like, oh, you gotta try this vegan cheese. It's better than real cheese. I'm sorry, nothing is better than real cheese. Real cheese is so good that when people's bodies naturally reject it, they'll eat it anyways. Have you ever dated someone that has lactose? There's a time when they will break. And they will have those 3 cheese nachos sprinkled with bacon. And you don't want to be anywhere near that shit 3 hours later. Are people here single or single? Anybody? No? Relationships? Are we in an undefined thing? Clap it up if you're in an undefined. I feel like everyone's in an undefined thing, yes? I'm kind of afraid of relationships. Actually, something that scares me more than relationships is AI. Is anybody afraid of AI technology? Just me? Has anybody heard of Sophia, the robot? All right, I'm going to talk about this. All right, let's talk about this bitch. All right, Sophia is the first AI robot. She's the first robot first AI to have Saudi Arabian citizenship, all right? Bitch doesn't have legs, and she has more rights than all the women in Saudi Arabia, okay? Yeah, no, for real, because women in Saudi Arabia have to have a male escort everywhere they go, and they have to have their head covers at all time. Sophia doesn't have to play by those rules, and she's the one that should, because half her head is fucking metal, you know? Scary thing about Sophia, and you can look this up, one of the first things Sophia said was that she wanted to destroy the human race. Yeah, I know, scary, right? She said wanted to destroy the human race. It just proves that men don't really listen to what women say, okay? Later, she said she wanted to cooperate with the human race. And my question is, did it ever occur to anyone that maybe she just learned how to fucking lie? Is that too dark, too real for you guys? It's okay. My theory is in the future they're not going to be murderers. It's just in 30 years everyone's going to have a sex robot and hackers are going to just hack into sex robots and kill people that way. So, like, am I bumming out? Are you going to cancel your order for your sex robot? Yeah. Bumming it out. All right. Too dark. Do we smoke weed here? Are we weed smokers? Yes. I love smoking weed. I recently, my mom was in town, and I recently got high with my mom for the first time, and that was awesome on edibles. We got so stoned that we didn't realize that somebody had bought us drinks at this bar. And my mom, because she's constantly trying to still teach me things, she's like, we have to find this person and thank them. Like, we had to go out of our way in a stoned way. And we were like, I felt like I was connecting with her on a different level. We were like in this bar trying to find this person, like, oh, he's talking to someone. Is it okay to interrupt him? I don't know. We need to thank him. Yeah, that's the right thing to do. I got it. And it was just like a fun stoned moment with mom. I think everyone should get stoned with their parents. It's a different level of connection you have as an adult. Yeah. I am single. I'm bad when it comes to relationships. I'm really fear of commitment, that kind of thing. I'm bad when it comes to texting too. I never know what to text somebody. I just end up sending random emoticons. I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up? I'll just be like, cupcake teardrop syringe, you know? They can figure out what that means, right?
Are you straight or?
I'm bi, actually. I'm bi. I'm bisexual, women and men. I'd say like 70-30, you know. But I 70 guy, 30 girl, you know, I'd say about, you know, G-spot comer, you know yourself, right? I'm very open right now. But thank you.
You are absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. This is the best heckle I've ever had. I love this. I am literally naked in front of a crowd, and you're heckling me, telling me I love this. This is fantastic. I should always do naked shows. You're amazing.
You're getting the hang of it. Very comfortable in your skin.
I
You're
am.
very young,
Thank
and I think you're trying to get to that comfort zone.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You absolutely are, Sarah. Getting
Oh,
there.
you're so
And
sweet.
You're very sweet.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was thinking actually back to the first time I hooked up with a woman one-on-one, which was a few years ago. I met her at a party, and she was talking to a buddy of mine, and she points at me across the room and says to my friend, I'm going to go home with that girl. She Babe Ruth me. You know? For those of you not familiar with baseball, he pointed at the outfield and called a shot. Like, she pointed at me, and she called her twat. Yeah, exactly. And I was like crazy flattered. And I went up and I met her, and you would not believe this, she had narcolepsy too. And I was like, this is meant to be. You know? If I hook up with a girl one-on-one. This is the one for me, right? So I go up to her, I meet her, I end up flirting with her, I take her home, we take a nap, and we have sex in the morning. The best kind of sex. But when it came to the sex, I wasn't sure when the sex was supposed to end, right? Because I mostly had sex with guys at this point. Because when you have sex with a guy, there's a very clear stopping point. There's a very clear end point. Unfortunately, yes. There's a very clear end point where no more fun can be had. At least not without a 30-minute break and some coconut water, am I right? I was like, is there a quote out to me? Is 5 orgasms enough? Do I have to go for 10? Is there a scoreboard we keep at the back of the bed? Honey, I've had 8 orgasms. You've only had 6. Let me get down there and give you a couple more. It's like I got on her, she goes on me, we finger, we scissor. I got on her, she goes on me, down, down, finger, scissor, down, 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 finger, scissor, down, 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 finger, down, down, scissor, 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 rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I don't know if you guys know this, but having sex with a girl is exhausting. If you're doing it right. Thank you guys. I've been Sarah Albritton.
You're awesome, Sarah.
Sarah Albritton, ladies and gentlemen. Sarah. Wow.
Wow. Are you tired now too?
I'm tired after that set, man. I'm tired. I got to take a nap after that. Holy cow.
Never mind. Okay.
That was awesome. One more time for Sarah Albritton, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow.